What's up, everyone? Welcome to Native News Today for this week. Jason Salzman, your host, and I got to run down a lot of stories because we've been real busy this week. Went up to the Tulsa 66ers organization and talked with them about the first annual Native American High School All-Star Game going to be going on next week. Also took a look at the new construction going on at River Spirit Casino, the brand new Tulsa casino for the Muskogee Creek Nation, and we looked at the progress there for the construction. Also talked to one of the Mikos of the ceremonial grounds here at the Creek Nation and the statues that will be going up at the Council Oak Park in Tulsa. And we talked with the King Cole Welcome Center people in Henrietta about the Oklahoma Museum of Labor and Mining that will be going up and will be owned by the Muskogee Creek Nation. All that and more on this week's episode of Native News Today. We're going to take a quick break. Don't you go anywhere.
Here we are in Club Trifecta, and it looks like there's dance-off going on. And there's MC Butts looking like he's about to butt in somewhere he don't belong. It looks like MC Butts has got beat down, and I knew there was something smelly about this dance-off competition, and it was MC Butts. Now Club Trifecta is a great place to be healthy and get your groove on.
My name is Patrick Moore. I'm the district judge for the Muskogee Creek Nation. I want to invite everyone to the 6th annual Doing Business in Indian Country continuing legal education course offered at the historic Mound Building at the Tribal Complex in Okmulgee. We will have people from the entertainment industry, professors who will lecture on the prognosis for the future, and the National Indian Gaming Commissioner, Mr. Philip Hogan, will be here. The Oklahoma Bar Association has accredited this course for 13 hours of continuing legal education. We also offer 1 hour of ethics, which is a requirement of the Oklahoma Bar Association. If you have questions about this continuing legal education conference, contact the district court, Muskogee Creek Nation, area code 918-758-1400. It's my honor and pleasure to have Nelson Harjo, a Creek flutist, play at the CLE this year, Doing Business in Indian Country, Muskogee Creek Nation.
Here at the Muskogee Creek Nation, we hold our ceremonial grounds in high regard, and that's the same here on Native News Today. We want to always make sure that we have proper coverage of these entities and these people that lead these ceremonial grounds, and those are the Mikos, the kings of the ceremonial grounds. And one of those Mikos we talked with, and he was interested to give us his input on these new statues that are proposed to be going up at the Council Oak Park there in Tulsa. And wonderful thing that they'll be doing, but it's also more wonderful that they're getting the input from these Mikos and doing it the right way.
We had a meeting about a month ago where the president of Arvest Bank came out and had a donation of about $500,000 for statues or whatever we wanted at the oak tree, ceremonial tree. Now, the meeting place has been significant since Tulsa has been in Tulsa. And the original ground that was there was called Luzabora. Now their fire's gone now, but there are still some descendants of that place. And for Tulsa not to have anything that recognizes the grounds has been a long time coming. So this banker has got some money from the Centennial that he can donate, and what we're trying to do is put something on the hill that people could see and appreciate. And today we're deciding that we're looking at 4 statues that are probably going to be just the size of what we, the natural sizes of that time. And then below the hill, they're wanting to have 2, possibly 4 little children playing stickball, or socially, or it could be the what they call the East and West game. That's what it's called now. And for that reason, we we got together and decided on these statues. And for now, that's all we're going to have, but if there is something else that comes up that would be enhancement for the park, that's probably going to be discussed later. And for us to have some input into it, there are a few of us that learned from our ancestors, from our grandparents, from older people, just talking to other people that were older and wiser than we are. And they would tell us these things. And for us to have some input into it, it makes you glad that you have something to do with it. And that's the reason that I came, is because I've been to the Oak Hill on the oak tree ceremony. And when I first got there, there were quite a few people there. Now the significance has dropped a little bit, but it is still there. And we still participate. Not all the grounds show up, but the majority of them show up, and there's still support for that.
All right, as I mentioned in the opener, we traveled down to Henrietta, went to the King Cole Welcome Center, and basically this is a small makeshift place to where it has information on the Oklahoma Museum of Labor and Mining. And we talked with Catherine Sheridan there to give us lots of information on this great place that's coming up and the plans that are in place. And basically there were officials at the Creek Nation meeting with them that day talking about this wonderful partnership, and it was a good day to go down and talk with Catherine for a little bit. We've dropped off here in Henrietta, Oklahoma in front of the King Cole Welcome Center, and the reason that we're here is inside officials from the Muskogee Creek Nation as well as officials from the Oklahoma History Center are meeting and discussing the plans for the new Oklahoma Museum of Labor and Mining. This museum will be owned by the Muskogee Creek Nation and will be located right up here on top of the hill overlooking the city of Henrietta. Let's go inside and talk to Catherine Sheridan about this great project.
We are working with the architect to design the final facility for the King Cole Depot, a project of the Muskogee Creek Nation. The Oklahoma Museum of Labor and Mining is the 501c3 nonprofit museum group that will support the museum and operate the museum for the Creek Nation when it's built. And so the museum and the Creek Nation folks are meeting with the architect to decide design ideas, like where should it be situated on the 10 acres of the Tri-Bones? Where should the utilities come in? What should be the sense of the project? Should the building look exactly like this idea that we started with, or will there be changes that need to be made so it serves more citizens in more ways? It's real important for the Creek Nation to be a part of this project for a lot of reasons. I think probably the most important is because this museum is supposed to tell a story. And the story shouldn't be told by people outside, but by people who were affected. In 1865, right after the Civil War, American Indians were just about the only folks living in Indian Territory. But by 1870, J.J. McAllister, a Confederate war veteran, had found out that there was coal here. And he went to the railroads and said, if you'll build the railroads into Indian Territory, you can get this coal. And so they began building the railroads in, and they began mining the coal and bringing in mostly Europeans, but new immigrants into Indian Territory, and significantly changed the face of Indian Territory from an Indian country to an immigrant country, and then pushed for statehood by 1907. So this story has been told time and again by Europeans, but the story of the upheaval in the lives of the American Indian people who lived in Indian Territory, the upheaval that happened because of mining, has not been told by the Indian people themselves. Projects like this never happen very quickly, and it sure can't happen fast enough to suit us. We've been working since the year 2000, the 501c3, to build this project. We partnered last year with the Muskogee Creek Nation to make this happen, and the whole project is owned by the Muskogee Creek Nation. The building, the 10 acres, the whole facilities are owned by the Creek Nation. And a lot of the timeline will be controlled by the tribe. But the architect has been hired and is working today to do the planning. And he says it'll take about 120 days to get a final design. And so we should see dirt start to move on the property by this summer, and it'll take anywhere from 12 to 24 months to complete the building. This is the initial design, and the architect is working with this design and what he calls a program of spaces, or how the space is used, to decide how to configure about 10,000 square feet of facilities onto the site that we have now. The site that we have now is high atop a hill east of Henrietta, but it is a very rocky and steep site, so it's going to be difficult to build on. But what we want to do is have a major conference hall, about 2,400 square foot, restrooms that are accessible to the public from either inside the building or from outside the building, where they could be closed off and used after hours. So if you had a festival or some kind of outdoor event, you'd still have access to the restrooms. The Tourism Welcome Center, which is a part of the Oklahoma Department of Tourism Information Center, is the Great Hall, and that Great Hall is about 3,000 square feet. It can be used for festivals and events and family reunions and big events like that. There are at least 3 offices incorporated, a gift shop where you could have fine art as well as just little tourist things. And then the rest of the facility is like the soda fountain area, the warming kitchen, so you can have meals catered in. It's not a full restaurant, just a catering, warming kitchen, prep kitchen. And then the shipping and receiving and tables and chairs and storage. So altogether, 10,000 to 11,000 square feet, which would make a terrific facility for lots of different kinds of events. And then throughout the entire facility, you'll have integrated exhibits, photos of the time period of mining, of the coming of the railroads into Indian Territory, photos and exhibits and experiences and videos that help tell the story of how the lives of the people changed from about 1865 to about 1900.
Sometimes the job is a little bit fun every now and again, and we get to cover sports, which is a big love of mine. And this last week we got to go to the Tulsa 66ers headquarters and the office there in downtown Tulsa and talk with Mr. Mark Norelli. He is the Director of Business Operations for the Tulsa 66ers, and Mark has gotten together with some of the Native American business owners and things in town there in Tulsa and threw together the Native American High School All-Star Game for the Tulsa 66ers. Now, they've embraced Native American culture in the state before, and this is just another step towards taking that next step and making it an annual event. And this is the inaugural event, and it's going to be a big night. Stopped off here in downtown Tulsa at the Tulsa 66ers headquarters, National Basketball Development League team, right here in the heart of downtown Tulsa, the metro area. And we'll be going inside to speak with some people about bringing the Native American All-Star Game right here to Tulsa and partnership with these Tulsa 66ers. It's a very exciting time to be Native American, very exciting time for the city of Tulsa as well. So we're going to go in and talk with some of these people about this great event that's coming up next week. Okay, we're here at the headquarters of the Tulsa 66ers organization. I'm here with Mark Norelli. He is the Senior Vice President for Business Operations. And Mark, we're here today talking about a very, very big event we got coming up next weekend, and I know you guys are very excited about the Native American All-Star Game.
Yes, we are. It's the inaugural event. We're hoping to make this an annual affair, and it's going to be taking place next Friday, March 14th, at the Expo Square Pavilion. It's set up with high school kids. So we went through a rigorous process of choosing all-stars, and it's based on their athletic ability as well as their academics. They were chosen to represent Native Americans in an all-star game, to where it would be a girls game and a boys game. And the students are from throughout the state of Oklahoma. The girls game starts at 4 o'clock. And there'll be a boys' game that follows right after at 5, prior to the 66ers game at 7 o'clock versus Rio Grande.
Absolutely, and you talk about the Tulsa 66ers and some of the things they've done. They've had Native American Night before, and you look at the Native American population in the state, very strong with the 39 Indian tribes, and also the very proud tradition of basketball with the Tahlequah Sequoia Lady Indians going for history this year with 4 state championships in a row. And really, it makes sense for you guys to partner up, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it does. And, if we can be affiliated with the Native Americans in Oklahoma, as you said, how big a population it is, we certainly want to develop a relationship that will be long-lasting and benefit both of us, our organization and the Native American community. We always want to be involved with groups like that. And we felt this was a very good opportunity for us to partner and get on board together and work on something that would be really valuable to these kids. And certainly it's something that we're proud to attach our name to.
Yeah, you guys have done, like I said, Native American Night before, Native American All-Star Game. This probably certainly won't be the last time that there is something of this magnitude, and you said it's the inaugural.
Yeah.
Probably no reason that couldn't keep going every year.
And that's our plan. I mean, and when we say that, it's an all-star game here, affiliation with the Tulsa 66ers, and I believe it's the first time that anything's ever been done like this in Tulsa. Certainly there have been other Native American all-star games before, but this will be the first one that's been in Tulsa, and we hope that it's going to be something that continues on for years to come, and it gets bigger and better, and we can develop that relationship and get the scholarship fund to where it's something that's really valuable, as I said before, to the schools involved.
Now, what's going to be some of the special things going on that night that you know of right now, sort of the promotions and all the things like that are going to be accompanied with this event?
Well, we're going to have some representatives of the Native American community that will perform the national anthem. There will also be some awards presented to the most valuable players and the winning teams during the course of the game, as well as performance. Is there a performance from the dancers? Any kind of? There's a Choctaw Nation will doing a performance during the course of the game. So yeah, the whole evening surrounds the Native American community and what timeouts and stuff like that we do during the course of the game.
Very good. Well, Mr. Riley, doing a great job promoting the Native Americans, just like us here on Native News Today, and we appreciate you stopping by and giving us a minute.
Thank you.
And I'm here with an old friend of mine, old broadcast partner, and we've hooked up here for the first time since, I don't know, George, when was it? About a year and a half ago we last did a broadcast together. We did back in the old Mulgy Bulldog booth, but here today talking about a very special event with the Tulsa 66ers, and I know they're very excited about that, but you as a Native American involved in media and things like this over the years, this has got to be especially exciting for you being the announcer that night.
Well, I think it's an exciting time for Indian communities as well as the community of Tulsa, in particular with the Tulsa 66ers, because of what they're doing to give back to the communities. And I think it's, in our way of thinking as Indian people, we've always been taught to give back to our own. And I think the concept that the 66ers have for this ball game is kind of following our traditions and our culture as well.
And as I was talking to Mr. Norelli, you look at the landscape of this area in Tulsa, and the Cherokee Nation so close, and Creek Nation so close, and Osage, right here in the central area, and it just makes sense to be able to do something like this. And I know that you followed the success of the high school teams like I talked about a while ago, and it really does just come together here and making a lot of sense to bring this here. Native Americans always been very prominent in basketball and sports and everything like that, so it really does make a lot of sense.
Well, I think it's a good fit, first of all, because you talked about proud traditions of the three area tribes, the Cherokees, Creeks, and the Osages. It's a natural fit. And for 66ers to recognize that Indian athletes take secondaries to anyone, that we have some outstanding athletes. In particular, when you talk about Indian athlete, the student athlete, they're successful not only in the athletic arena, but the academic arena as well. So I'm very pleased to be just a small part of this and providing the PA work that night. And it's always satisfying, as you're well aware of in broadcasting, to see one of your own succeeding. You kind of get a little more aggressive in how you talk on the microphone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you'll do a great job there that night. I'll be looking forward to it, and it's going to be a great, wonderful night, and that's going on next weekend. So get those vocal cords warmed up and get ready for it, because I know everybody will be out. You're not going to throw any creek out on the PA, are you?
No, maybe with some Comanche, though.
Oh, okay, all right. I don't want to scare anybody off. All right, well, thank you, George, for being with us today. It's good to see you again, bud.
Good to see you.
For the past couple years, the Muskogee Creek Nation has had plans in the works and had a vision for their brand new casino along the riverbed there in Tulsa. And right now, River Spirit Casino is making leaps and bounds in its construction process. And we were up there along Riverside Drive in Tulsa to look at the brand new casino, see where it's at. The siding's going up, the windows are in for the dining hall. Everything is looking great. The progress is right on time. It looks to be tentatively scheduled to be completed around September, August, that time of year in the fall. And so everybody at the Creek Nation is very, very excited for this new casino, and we were there to let you in on a little bit of the process that's been going on. Okay, we're outside of the construction here at the new River Spirit Casino, Creek Nation's brand new casino. Going to be tentatively opening in September of 2008 this year, so everybody's going to be able to enjoy it. This thing is gigantic. I mean huge, so we're going to have a little bit of help from Jamie here, and he's going to take us in. Gonna take a look at some of the stuff in there, and we ready to go?
Ready to go. Let's go.
Basically, what are we looking at here right now, man?
Looking at the south view of the casino, and we're starting to put sheathing on the outside here, and as you see over here, this is the sail wall, the big metal pieces there, and the canopy and the drive lane.
About where we're at in the whole process are we at, talking that in terms of first, second, third stage? Where are we at there?
Our completion date is September of '08.
So moving right along then, and with the summertime coming up, I imagine with some good weather, really be able to keep it on track.
Yes, we've had some bad weather, with ice storms and snowstorms and everything, but they're getting back on track, and with good weather come the spring, we should be getting along.
Now, overall, right now, what are these gentlemen up here with this steel structure here, the highest point there? What is that again? Could you explain that?
That's going to be the sail wall, and that'll be metal panels all the way around, and there'll be some signage up there.
I've also noticed that on the front, a little bit further down, we've already got some windows in place and things like that.
Yeah, that's the glass curtain wall. It's where the buffet area will be, and people will be able to dine in and look out over Riverside here, Riverside Drive.
Okay. Basically here in this area, we're in the underground parking garage right now, and it looks to be pretty much in place, just a little bit more concrete work that you have to do here.
Yes, that's correct, and some column wraps here. It's probably 90% complete.
A lot of space down here too. There'll be plenty of parking availability for people that want to come.
And valet parking also down here.
Parking as well. So definitely parking is not going to be a problem here at this casino. I mean, I know a lot of times people wonder where we're going to park, whatever, but there seems to be a lot of space for this. And actually out to the left too, there's also area for parking as well.
Yes, there's two other parking lots out here, and also there's plans for a parking garage.
Very good. Very good. Follow me, Jared. I'm going to show you the brain center of this thing. Nice. Literally standing in what's going to be the new Tulsa Casino. It's very exciting. Very exciting. River Spirit. All right, man, tell us about this area we're in now.
We're standing in the Area 2 casino level, and these will all be gaming machines here. And we have, all right, I don't know what do you want to know?
This area here is just the main casino floor?
Yeah, this will be the main casino floor. And this is all cellular decking, and where they can use different configurations on the machines and everything right here.
This is essentially a big spot here. I mean, here not too long.
It'll all be open here, okay. and machines and gaming.
All right. Just make sure and get this. This is going to be the location of the sports bar here. So make sure and come and probably have a bunch of, whoa, take it easy, take it easy. Probably be a lot of TVs up in here. Yeah. A lot of different stuff going on. Probably a lot of electrical wiring in this part of it here. All right, tell us basically what we're looking at with this area here. It's a very big spot for this casino, and one of the things that is going to be very evident when you drive outside.
Yeah, this will be one of the main focal points of the casino. This is the buffet area, and what you're looking at here is the glass curtain wall, and there'll be different types of cuisine here and booth seating.
Absolutely. So one of the main draws, I know for a lot of people, is the eating place, and I was glad to be able to show that. We're going to be here, going to be open to the elements outside, and very, very nice. They're all going to be windows along here, right?
Yeah, the windows are already in. Yes, sir.
Already in, ready to go. Okay. What are they doing? Just some finishing touches over here with this on the steel structure of it, or what's this gentleman doing?
Yes, he's putting up plastic to protect the windows after they've already been installed.
Okay, very good. Basically the kitchen area right there. A lot of welding, yeah. Color. The colors are already, I mean, well, it's probably not going to stay that green, but. Already all the outlets in place and stuff. Jeez. coming right along. We're actually going up to the mezzanine level. Gonna check out some stuff up top. All right, what are we looking at here in this room, sir?
What we're looking at here, this is the associates dining room for the employees, and there'll be booth seating here, and where they can get sandwiches and stuff like that. Just lunch room for the employees. And this is the smoking room here with all the appropriate ventilation for smoking.
Totally hooked up to filter all the air out, the smoking air out, and everything.
Yes.
So the main part will be a smoke-free environment, right?
I don't know for sure about that.
All right, we'll have to check up on that. All right, yeah. Okay, man, what do we basically have up here?
This is the mezzanine level. This will be for employees. There will be training and offices up here.
Training and offices, okay. All right. How many office spaces will they have? Do you know off the top of your
I
head?
don't know off the top of my head, no, sir.
Dumb question. Hard to tell at this point. Plywood door as an exit. This is actually going to be left in just like this for the final progress. You got it? All right, man, we're going to call it a day. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us at the construction side of the new River Spirit Casino. Jamie, thanks a lot, buddy. Big help.
Appreciate it.
That is going to wrap us up for this week. We really appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you guys like the stories. I want to make one important announcement out there for all our Muskogee Vietnam veterans. We have a documentary in the works. Mr. Gerald Wofford and Joshua Slane are hard at it trying to come up with interviews and testimonials from a lot of our Creek Vietnam veterans out there for a documentary that they are putting together. And they need your help out there. They need the Muskogee Creek Vietnam veterans to step forward that want to tell their story or anything like that. And you can do that by contacting Gerald at 918-732-7635 or Josh at 918-732-7638. They'd be really pleased to talk with you, and we'd love to see that on the documentary. So if you have a story out there you want to tell, that'd be wonderful. For all of us here at Native News Today, we're going to make it a good week. You do the same. We'll see you next Saturday.